Okay guys, this is how to oil your 10 thread, your 6 thread after all the covers are off. I've got the camera in my hand, so it may be a little bit rocky for a moment, but I'm going to try to keep it steady. I've got a little red pointer here that I'm going to use to point out what you need to oil on the machine. So I go from the top and then I'll work my way down, and then I'll work my way to the screen side, and then I'll work my way to the other side and show you the crucial oiling points. There are going to be other points that need to be maintained, but these are the most crucial oiling points on this machine. If you look here, in between these two take-up levers, you can kind of move the lever and see where they pivot at, and you're going to oil a drop of oil in between these guys here. And I'm pointing right inside here. If you grab that lever, you can see where it's moving at, so it'll kind of tell on itself. I put a drop of oil on each side of those levers. I'm going to put one on this side here. I'll go back here and put one on this side here. If you noticed, if brother / baby lock ever wanted to, they could turn this 10 thread into an 11 thread. They've got the hole already drilled. Everything's already there. The 11th needle is just not, needle bar is not in there. I'm going to take my oiler, put a drop on every one of these springs here. Just one drop will do. I'm going to take my oiler, put on every one of this needle bar stop inside here. I'm moving it inside past the metal and putting one drop inside here. What that does is that oil's above this casting and below this casting. Then what I'm going to do is, if you look down here, I've got all these little felt washers that are in different positions. No need to worry about them. It's just going to help retain the oil. I put my oiler up top, hit that needle bar. I'm going to point it out to you. This is the needle bar here. I go up top and put one drop here and let it run down. I do that on every single needle bar. So I put my oiler, and one drop will do you on every single one. And then what I like to do is go in between here. I don't know if you can see it here, but there is a pad, just like on the top, there's one on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my oiler and put one drop of oil on each one of these little pads down here. Oil these pads. One drop will do, oil will do you there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run to the back of this real quick. Show you what the inside of this looks like up top. What you'll have here is some rollers, and these are the rollers that run through the mechanism that changes the head, and you need to put a drop of oil on every one of those little rollers there. Come back to the front of the machine so you can recognize everything. I'm going to go to my screen side. This is where my screen is here. I'm going to point out some things inside here. I've covered some of this stuff on previous videos. This is just a once-all, how to oil the machine. There's a Phillips screw inside here. Put it on the casting of that dog leg. Put one drop of oil here. Follow that little dog leg down. Put another drop of oil. Then I'm looking for this plastic reciprocator inside here, and I'm going to put one drop of oil above it. Sorry, my camera's trying to focus. We'll get it here in a minute. There you go. One drop of oil above it. One drop of oil right above the plastic. One drop of oil below the plastic. And then one drop of oil on that bar. Those are the critical points. There are other points on top of here that need to be oiled. It has this little lever here. This is the mechanism that moves every one of these take-up levers up and down. So you need to put one drop of oil on this side of the casting, one drop of oil on this side of the casting. And while we're up top, I'm going to lift up this guy here. I showed you how to take it off in a different video. It has this gear. If you follow this gear back here, you'll put one drop of oil back here on this gear. Just one drop of oil. You don't want to put a lot of oil on this because it has this stepping motor, and you don't want to over oil that stepping motor. You got to be very careful with that. So I'll move to the back of the machine here. It has this bearing here. This is a Phillips screw that's holding this bushing in. Put a drop of oil on the front side of this bearing, a drop of oil on the back side of the bearing. Be very careful here because you've got a couple sensors inside here. If you can see, there's a computer board upside here with a ribbon cable. You need to be very careful with these sensors. Do not touch them. What I like to do is I'll get a little piece of terry cloth or paper towel and I'll wipe these sensors down very carefully. I'm going to move down to the bottom. Like I said, there are other crucial areas that need to be looked at. We're just going over the popular things that need to be taken care of. When I'm back here, I'm going to oil this pivot point here. I'm going to oil this gear set here. I'm going to come over. This is the belt mechanism. It's got a bearing right here. I'm going to oil the back side of it, oil the front side of it. Do not get any oil on this belt. Be very careful not to get any oil on the belt. This is your mechanism here that runs your XY carriage. You're going to put some oil on each side of these bushings here, on the front and the back. Remember, you can move this guy with the machine off. There's a better angle of it. Piece of drop of oil here, drop of oil here, and the same over here. Then I'm going to move around here. This is the gear that drives the belt. Put a drop of oil here on the shaft where the C-clip is. I put one drop of oil in between this little plastic gear and the retainer. One drop of oil there. Come to the front. I want to talk about this hook and this bobbin case area. Try not to make it too dizzy. Put a drop of oil on this brass screw right here. This is a pivot point. We're going to put one drop of oil here. We're going to put one drop of oil here. I like to get this pin here, put one drop of oil here, one drop of oil here, and then on this pivot point down here, we're going to put a couple drops of oil there. We're going to go back to this other side. Same thing as before. Put a drop of oil here, one drop of oil here, drop of oil here, one drop of oil here. We're going to go back to the drive mechanism. This is the drive mechanism that drives this belt, that drives this XY carriage. Same as the other side. This is the bearing here that runs it. I'm going to put a drop of oil here, drop of oil on the back side of the bearing. I like to put one, this usually has a lot of grease coated on there already. I like to put just one drop of oil on this plastic gear here. I like to put one drop of oil here on the entrance of this motor behind this brass. One drop of oil here behind this brass screw. And then we're going to move to this mechanism here that drives this carriage, which moves the hoop. We're going to put one drop of oil behind this brass screw here, brass gear here, sorry. One drop of oil in front of the plastic gear here. Do not get it on the belt. One drop of oil there. Put one drop of oil behind this gear. Move to the other side. Show you what's oil over there. Okay, same over here. It's got a C-clip here. We're going to put one drop of oil here. One drop of oil on the back side. This is the guide bar that drives this mechanism here. You can see all the lint and trash here. Make sure it's cleaned out good. It's very close quarters here. After you get all this cleaned out and dust it off, make sure there's a drop of oil on this bar on the screen side, and we'll go back over here, and here's the same bar here. I'll put one drop of oil here. So I know this video isn't the greatest quality because I moved it around a whole bunch, but you can stop it, go back, rewind it, fast forward it, do whatever you need to do to see it and make it happen. If you have any questions, reach out to me, send me pictures. I can help you any way I can.